This is code.org. Let's see what we have. I'm going to hit run because I want to know. Oh, okay. So far, we've only ever assigned, which means to give a variable a value to a variable once. But did you know you can update or a variable during the program? Yeah, you can change it, right? So I'll show you. Read through the example program we've provided. Run it a few times to understand how it works. Then attempt to modify the program to draw one of the following items below. One, we're going to draw all. At least I am. All right. This is a comment, so it doesn't impact the code. It's for us, slash slash. The computer ignores it when it runs, but it gives us hints. Increase x by 50. Now x is 100. Oh, and so when they say update, they mean change. So a computer sees this and says, okay, x, and this is kind of weird to think about, but it's saying x is going to have a new value. And the computer says, what? Okay, well, what's x's new value? Oh, it's equal to x. Oh, well, what did x used to equal to? And the computer goes on a hunt. Boom. Oh, x. Okay, what is it? X is 50. Okay, that makes sense. So 50 plus 50, bam. X is now 100, right? And so now when I use ellipse here, it's 100. Computer code runs in order. So the first time I use x for my ellipse, it would be 50, because right here, x is 50. But then I give x a new value, right? And so so 50 plus 50 is 100. When I use x here, it's 100. And if I hover over these shapes, you can see the circle, the center of it should roughly be at 50, and it is. The center of this should be at 100. Well, then what happens? X equals x plus 50 again. This is a trap. They give you an awesome hint right here, though. The computer says, okay, x has a new value. What is it? The old value of x. Well, what was the old value? And if you think, zoop, boop, 50, that makes a ton of sense, honestly, but it's not, because we actually changed the value of x right here. Remember, we took the old value, added 50 to it, and the new value was 100. So when the computer gets to this x, it says, oh yeah, that value is now 100. Okay, 100 plus 50 is 150. And so now the x location of the third ellipse is there. First off, they want us to make a line. 1, 2, 3, I'm counting 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, well, they gave us 3 to start, so I'm just going to be highlighting. I went to text mode. I'm going to copy. Whoops, no, I'm not. What the heck was that? I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to right click, or on a Mac, it's command click probably, and paste. All right, I won't need these because they don't make as much sense as comments right now. And that's the only 6, and they have 7, so I'm going to do the same thing, Control C, Control V. Let me just see what I have to make sure I did that right. And it looks like I doubled something up here, right? So let me get rid of one of those. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like I need one more. Copy, paste. Okay. Boom, boom. Now this works immediately because each time it's adding 50 still. So now when we get to this x, it doesn't go back up here and say, what's x? Oh, it's 50. 50 plus 50 is 100. Nope, because right here, like we already said, this would be x at 150. Well, 150 plus 50, because it says, okay, right here on line 10, x has a new value. What's its new value? What was the old value? Well, the last time we evaluated x was what? 150. So the old value was 150, right? Well, plus 50, it's now equal to 200. Okay, same thing here. It now says what was the old value? We just said it was 200, so now it's 250. And then it would be 300. Because each time it grabs whatever value it was most recently, and since code runs in order, the value it was most recently is the value right, the closest above it. All right, so we got that one. Now, how could we do this? Ooh, okay, so it looks like they're just moving them down instead of across. Well, what goes down? Does x go down or does y? And it's not x. So y goes down. So let's go ahead then and let's see if we change the x. It looks like all of these would have the same x value because it's not going across the screen. And the x value seems to me to be 50. So what if we change all of these now to y? So instead of updating x, we're updating y each time. Great thing about code, I'm going to run it right now to test. Hey, that's looking pretty good. Let me keep going. Because you can be wrong a lot. It's always easy to test often than test at the very end and have to hunt down like that teeny mistake. Boom. And so this is going to do the same thing. It's just y. We're adding 50 to y each time. So the first time it's 50 right here, and it draws y 50. And then it says, okay, old y was what? 50. 50 plus 50 is 100. So it draws it at 100. Old y was what? Well, we just said we made it 100. Now it's 150, so on and so forth. Diagonal's going to get a bit tricky. But I bet to make an item go diagonally, you're going to have to add to both x and y. So let me test out my theory. I'm going to do this. I just Command or Control C, copied it is what I'm saying, and Control V or right click paste because it's easy. And let me do X, 50. Let's see if makes one of them diagonal. Oh, see that? Well, okay, I'm going to do Command C, copy is what I'm saying, and I'm just going to paste this right above each Y, or beneath, it doesn't really matter, because where we adjust Y, I now want to also adjust X. And that way, it should make stairs, because we can change variables what they equal to as the program runs. That one was kind of tricky, but cool. Variables are super versatile. That's how you're going to update lives or points or I don't know how much money the shopping cart has when you build the next Amazon. Awesome. Let's keep going.